What's going on, everybody? How's your morning? How's everything doing? Let's see. I am still getting a little bit set up, but we're about ready to go. All right. Yes. Let me double check. Got to double check the audio. Testing. Oh, yes. Looking good. What's going on, Bright Future? How's it going? Coming in from the Discord chat, I see. How's everybody's day going? Today is Wednesday, and for me, it is just about 7 a.m. in the morning. So, I woke up late. Usually I'm on a little bit earlier than this, but that's okay. How's your day going? What are you working on? We're working on social media profile right here. So, yeah. And let me get this chat going because I can't really see everything. Just encountered 2 epic bugs today. Oh no, that doesn't sound good. What's going on, Renee? Can't wait for the stream. What's going on, Gonzalo? Welcome back, Gonzalo. I'm suffering with a storyboard on Xcode. What happened? What exactly with storyboards? I'm curious. Everybody always says that they have problems with storyboards, but I never had those problems. What's going on with the storyboards? Merge conflict? That's my guess. It's usually a merge conflict. All right. So social media stuff. A scroll view. Scroll views are just a pain in the butt in general. I'm kind of curious what you're doing with the scroll view because I almost never have to use a scroll view. There are times where you're supposed to use it and I still don't use it. I use a table view with a single view. That'll get you pretty far. But I tend to try to avoid scroll views as much as possible. A little pain. I'm learning, so it's messed up. Yeah, scroll views are hard. If you can avoid them, try to. They're just a real pain in the butt. All right. Let's see. Okay, so last time I was working on this image cache thing, right? And we did all of this. We did so much stuff in here. I went through the whole entire process of like making sure that you can check the cached files and all that other, gloriousness, right? But what ended up happening was I was thinking about this and I was like, saving these files to your actual, where is this code at? This is the image cache. Where's my amplify image? Right here. So the amplify image is what is actually going to download the thing, right? Where are we downloading this thing? Where am I downloading the image? I can't even see it right now. Yeah, right here. Okay. So I was thinking downloading the actual image for every image that pops up is not the best way to go. We're going to have files all over the place. This is not going to be ideal. So going to have to definitely change this up. It's funny. I was watching your other video when your stream started. Oh, nice. Which video were you watching? I'm kind of curious what videos y'all watch from my channel. Good call and try a table view then. Yeah, table views are the way to go. You can actually use them for a lot of things. And then, if you're just doing like this up and down scroll functionality, if you need to do like left and right, then it could get a little bit tricky. You can also use collection views. Keep that in mind. But I generally try to stay away from table views. Real-time chat with DynamoDB. Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah, that's that one I was showing how to use, I think, GraphQL in that one. The API category, essentially. But yeah, very cool. All right, so what I was thinking is okay, let's not do this, right? Because if we're downloading all these files, then we're going to be storing all this data locally, and that's not what we really want because, reasons, who wants to have all that data, right? So what would be better is if I just got the key for that, or if I just got the URL for that key, and then we use something like the cached image thing, right? And then what we could do is we can cache the URL as opposed to caching the actual file location. So I think that's the way that we're going to go. So let's go ahead and I'm going to leave this stuff in here for reference. But what we're going to do is we're going to, just start looking in a different way. All right, so let's go ahead and do final URL is equal to, and we'll do a await amplify. If I know how to spell, I'm not sure why it doesn't want to work with me with the autocomplete, but that's okay. I know how to type sometimes. Get the URL, we pass in the key, right? We get it from the widget.key. And then what we can do is, well, we throw a little semicolon back there because Dart, right? So now we have this URL. I'm assuming that it's going to return a string. Let's see. No, but of course it's a result. A stinking result. All right, so if result dot, oh, let's see, this is a try catch, so we don't need to do that. Okay, cool. What we can do is we'll do I'm gonna just do this. I don't want to create a whole nother thing just to get the URL. Not a huge fan of the parentheses, but hey, let's do what we can do. Right? So now we should have the URL. We got the URL. We no longer need to download this path. We don't need that path. Kablam. We're not checking the image file. Let me think. So the image cache should actually be, let's change this to, what are we going to call this? What are we caching? We're caching URLs. So we'll call it image URL cache. There we go. I think this method is broken on iOS. The last time I tried to generate a URL, I met a bug. It definitely could be, but I'm not really optimistic about it being broken because I've used this last week. So it might be, but I don't think that's the case. There might be something going on. So if you're getting an error, then yeah. But what you need to keep in mind is that URLs change for security purposes. And what you want to do is essentially what we're going to be doing right here, which is caching that URL so that we can refer to it. And the URL that you got previously should still work. But if you were to do, like if you were to try to hit amplify again for a URL for that image, it would essentially be a different URL. Or it could potentially be a different URL. It changes from time to time. But let's go ahead and update this. This is going to be image URL cache like so, not with the 4 though, because we don't do leet speak here. And let me see. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so do we still want it to be a singleton? I believe yes. So let's go ahead and replace that. So now we have our singleton. We aren't going to be getting no cached path. Bye-bye. What we can do is this. And we'll just put in a simple map. It'll actually be extremely simple. We just need some type of global way to reference this cache. That's all we really needed. So then we have this, let's see, we'll have a function called void get URL. And we'll pass in a string, and that will be the key. And this will be, I think we can work with a, I think that we can work with a string. Let me see the package that we're going to be using. I haven't used it in a while. It's been a minute. Pub.dev. Good old pub.dev. Cache, is it cache network image? Might be cache network image. Unidentified, what does that mean? Oakley dokley. I think this is what we want. I'm gonna say yes, this is what we want. Do. Alright, so let's go down here, pubspec.dev, and let's throw this in down here. Boom, boom, boom. We save it and it should be good. Cool. Now what we're gonna do is when we want to get the URL, this is going to be async, right? Which means that this could be a future. This could be a future. And what we will do is we're going to do that good old try catch, right? We'll go ahead and print an error because I don't think we're going to be handling it here. Oh yeah, this is not Swift. Mobby. Okay. So now what we want to do is when we get the key coming in, we want to do the same thing that we did back over here in the amplify image, which is to get the actual URL like so. Dame. Boom. There we are. All right. Import, amplify. Boom. Widget. Nah, I'm talking about, let's call it image key. Image key. Then we do one of these. Bam. And we're looking pretty snazzy at this point. So we'll go ahead and return this URL. I think that's pretty cool. All right, now what we want to do is we also want to have a map that's going to hang on to the key and the URL associated with that key. So then what we will do is, how do we do this? Is it called map? And I'm gonna assume that it's gonna be called map. Okay. Let's do map, and it's going to be a string map. And we'll call this URL cache. And it will be equal to empty. How do we do this? An empty map. I think we could do that. There we go. So that'll be equal to an empty map. And then what we want to do is first we want to check if we actually have that URL before we attempt to download it from storage. So what we'll do is we'll do string URL, and then we will do like that. Let me think. Okay, we could do URL cache. We pass in the image key like that. If URL is equal to null, and do we want to do it equal to null? Not equal to null. Let's just do the not equal, because I think that's usually how we would want to do it in Kotlin, because things happen magically different when you do it like that. So we'll just do it like that, and then we'll say else this, and we get rid of that, and bam. And if it's not equal to null, then we'll simply return that URL, shall we? However, if it is not, then what we will do is we'll say URL bam. This is going to be like down here. So thank you. Wham bam. Thank you, ma'am. Oh, I guess if it is equal to null, then we don't need to do all that, huh? Silly. All right. So if it's equal to null, then we need to set it. And URL will be it will then be set, but then we also need to update our URL cache. And we'll say image key is going to be equal to URL, like so. And that looks like it might actually work. Hey, what you know? It's pretty straightforward. All right, cool. So this works. So now we'll have a singleton instance of this object, right? And that means that we'll always be working with this same map, which I think I actually want it to be private, so you can't be touching it from outside. Don't be touching me out there, right? And what you're gonna be doing is you're gonna be calling get URL. You pass in the image key. We are going to attempt to grab that URL from our URL cache. And if it does have a value, then bam, we just return it. However, if it doesn't, then we still need to set it, in which case, this could be a problem because that could give us null, but whatever. Anyways, so we do try, we set the URL, we do URL cache, we update our URL cache to actually have that new URL for that image key, and then once again, we simply return it. So it's looking pretty snazzy if you ask me. And I say yes, quite snazzy indeed. From here, we don't need to load image. What we do need to do, we may need to do like some type of FutureBuilder situation. Boom, delete all your hard work. Bam, just like that. Never had a chance. Kablam, kablam, don't need that either. All right, so let's see. Let's just delete all of our hard work, shall we? Sounds good. What we'll do is we'll do, how do we do this? Cached, what is it called? Cached network image? Cached network image, and then we're gonna pass in an image URL. Is that it? Image URL? Okay, so then what we will do is we need to, well, let's start off all the way at the beginning, shall we? Because what we need to do is we need to have a FutureBuilder, since we will not have the URL immediately, right? So the builder is going to have like this context, and then it's going to have some old body in there, that, and snapshot. I'm surprised I remember that. Kudos to me. Kudos to me. All right, so we have that. Let's break it out on a different line, shall we? The future itself is going to be our image cache, right? So image URL cache dot instance dot get URL. We're going to access that image key from our widget. So we'll just be like widget, bam, image key, like so. So now the snapshot will actually be whether we have it will be like the carrier of our image key, but we need to check if it has data or not, because then we need to display something else. So if snapshot dot has data. Let's see, what are we doing from here? From here, we're just going to do our cache network image, and we'll pass in the image URL, which will be snapshot.data. Right? I believe that is correct. Let's see, is this dynamic? Okay, so what do we need to do? I think this snapshot needs to be async. Well, I mean, it's all dynamic. It's all good. Right? Got it. Okay, so now, what we can focus on is working on what happens if we don't have something, right? So for right now, we'll do the circular progress indicator. And I was thinking that we should probably use, you know, that little shimmer animation that like, I think Twitter and Facebook use, like some of the bigger companies, they use it. Anyways, I'm thinking that we should probably use something like that. So let's go ahead and try to find that on pub.dev. I call it Shimmer. Ooh, yes. Ooh, yes. I like it. What is Shimmer? Why is it? Don't like that, but hey, you gotta do it. You gotta do it some way, right? What is this? From colors red? What? This looks bad, but we'll use it anyways. Okay. Seems to be pretty popular with the devs. So we'll add it. Okay, let's go ahead and add this shimmer animation. And what we can do, where are you? Pubspec.yaml. Let's throw it down here, like kablam, bam. Thank you, ma'am. Right there. And now we should be able to use this shimmer animation. So what is it called? Is it just called shimmer, or we have to create a sized box, or what? So sized box, and then we do the shimmer from something. Okay, interesting choice, but okay. This is not the place I want to be. So we'll create a sized box like so. Sized box like that. The width. Let me see. The width is going to be, oh man, I don't like this, because now we have to specify a width too. Let me see. Flutter. Hey, that's not how you spell Flutter. Flutter sized box auto width. Shall we? Let's see if we can get, yes, I know that, but can we get like an expand? Okay, creates a box that will become as large as its parent allows. Kind of what I want, but I want it to have a height. Let's see. Require, if non-null requires the child to have exactly this width. Let's just do the height. Let's see what happens. Size box, and then we'll do height. Child to have exactly this height. Okay, I don't know what that means. All right, so we'll do, let's say like about 300. Seems to be a pretty decent size for most devices. Then the child will be our shimmer. Okay, from colors. Okay, so the base color and the highlight color, this is like really weird. I feel like y'all should have gave like a default gradient, but hey, that's just me, you know, thinking that life should be easy for a dev, but huh, laugh at that. All right, so the child will be, it would be nice to see like a real example. All right, where's my shimmer? Shimmer from colors. Okay, see, look at these are normal colors. Thank you. I can work with that color. Thank you. See? That's all you had to show. Not random red and yellow, like it's kind of not what most people are looking for. In a list builder, this is going to be expanded, huh? Expanded. And they're doing the whole entire list. They're shimmering the entire list. Didn't expect that. We'll just do 300 by with 300. And what happens if we don't have a child for the shimmer, huh? Like, it's supposed to be an image. So what then, right? So we have the list view, we have a row, container, no, column, container, maybe just a column or a container. Let's see. I don't know. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. So now what we need to do, we need to try it. Let's see. I don't know. I've never worked with the shimmer animation. If you have, let me know if I'm even going down the right path, because I feel like this is just not going to work. I've seen it in action. Looks pretty fancy. I like it. But I don't think that this is going to work as I expect it to. Oh, and this is the part where the stream gets all choppy because the M1 sucks. P.S. Don't buy the M1. It's really bad. Yeah. So looking at this, so I see the shimmer. They're working with the grays. That seems right. What is this enabled? What does that mean? Let's see. Base color, highlight color, duration, direction, loop, bool, enabled. I wonder what the enabled part is. That's the part that seems kind of weird to me. Thought it would be a little bit different. I might not just, I might just be like not seeing something, but this doesn't seem right. Like the shimmer should be like a box. Like you should be able to, like they should also include some other widgets that would just take a place of an image, right? There should be like a shimmer image or something like that. And then you just plop it in there and then it does its thing. But here, we're building out the entire list. The entire list is shimmering. Okay, fine. But then they're also using like these containers, which I don't know. Like if the is the container shimmering too, or is that just padding? Because you got padding right here. Expanded column. Let's see. Yeah, so it's just like every container inside. Yeah, every container seems to be doing its own thing. All right. Well, let's go ahead and open this up because I think the app is almost done building. So we need to open up Visor. Oh, here it goes. It's about to show for me. Now I just need it to show for you too. Oh, it exploded. Yeah, it does that sometimes. Sometimes it just wants to explode and it just stops working. So that's cool. Cool stuff. You know what? I think for the limited amount of time that this is actually going to happen, because getting the URL should be extremely quick. It's just like generating like a safe string. I'm just gonna put the, well, let's see if we can get it to work. Let's see if it even shows, right? If it doesn't show, then I'm just gonna go back to a container or a circular progress indicator because that's way easier to manage. And yeah. What's going on, Anmol? I'm doing pretty good. I woke up late today, so I was like a little bit bummed. Started off my day, behind schedule. I have a buttload of meetings today, and I still have like a lot of things that I need to like just do. There's videos that I need to release for this challenge that I haven't uploaded in a while. There's just a lot going on, but I'm doing pretty good overall. How about you? Like, how's your day going? And I forget where you're from, so like what time is it there too? Because I know that people are watching from in a lot of different places, which is always really cool to hear about. Let's see. Oh, we don't need amplify or the IO in here, so let's remove them. Oh, the app is launching. Hold on. All right, let's see. Do we get any shimmering at all? Which now I'm thinking that we might not, because it does have data. It just takes time to get back. Oh, hey. Like, hey. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, this is glitchy. I wonder if it's glitchy for... Yeah, this is really weird. I think it's trying to do its own image cache thing. Look at that. What is that? What is this? Why is it like that? Ugh, that's really bad UI. New Delhi, India. What's going on? 8 p.m. over there. Oh, you already had your Wednesday. How was your Wednesday? Do you have thoughts on the future of mobile programming? What programming tools to develop in your career? So I would say, what tools are you considering? Because there's quite a few. And overall, I would say most likely if you just choose a path and you go down it, you're going to be fine. The thing about programming is like once you learn programming, and that's so weird. Once you learn programming, it's easier to... This is garbage. Yeah, so once you learn programming, it's much easier to learn other languages, other frameworks, and stuff like that. So if you just go ahead and learn something right now, you're gonna be fine. A lot of people just get stuck in this like area where a lot of people will just like kind of get stuck in this situation where they're like kind of just like, oh, like what about this? What about X tool or Y tool or whatever? And it's like, oh, will this still be relevant in X amount of years? Will this be relevant? And then like you're trying to make all these decisions and you're looking too far ahead, when in reality you just need to make a decision and you need to just start doing the work. So the most important thing is like always take action. Stop like coming up with excuses to continue to research other things. If you're probably more likely than not, you're probably already leaning towards something. Choose that thing, start learning, and like do the actual work so that you can like, you know, excuse me, so that you can actually have options to choose from. And, you know, like your knowledge will transfer over. Like some of your knowledge will transfer over regardless of like what languages you learn, because programming is all the same. It's like problem solving. And what you want to do is you want to build up that problem solving muscle and be able to, you know, just be able to think of different solutions to solve the problem. So, excuse me. Yeah, I'm heading with Swift and Node.js on backend for now. Yeah, and that's perfectly fine. Only thing that I would say is like you should probably what is going on? Oh my goodness, excuse me. Oh my. Itchy throat. I don't know what happened there. Anyway, what I was saying is like you should probably just learn one thing and go from there. Like I wouldn't recommend learning two different things at once. And if you don't know front end already, then I wouldn't necessarily recommend learning back end right away. Usually back end is picked up after learning front end. Some people just go straight for back end, and that's perfectly fine. But I'm just saying it's a lot more tangible, and you'll actually be able to see your back end in work if you are familiar with front end. So I'd say it's probably better to learn front end first. And then when you actually need a back end, then and you're comfortable working in the front end, like building out apps in Swift or whatever it is, that's when you start making the transition to back end, and then you start building out the functionality that you actually need. And then you kind of have a better direction of like what you should be learning, because, hey, I need this in my app. So that's what I would typically recommend. You can just go jump straight into learning both or just learning back end if that's what you want. But like I said, it's a little bit easier when you have a front end that goes with the back end. And it's always better to try to focus on learning one thing as opposed to learning multiple things, in my opinion. Who knows what type of mobile development will be there? I mean, we started mobile development majorly since Android or iOS became mainstream. Earlier was Java OS, yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing about programming languages is that usually you could use them for a lot of different things. So Java you could use for a lot of different things, and then you know, even languages that are being used today, developers love their languages, so they just make everything work on with their language, right? Swift on the back end, Kotlin on the back end, all that crazy stuff, which is pretty cool. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump back into this bug because I don't really know what's going on. So if I had to guess, the problem here is that right there when it jumped back down, it's trying to load the image that's above this one at the top right here. So you see my daughter's pink blanket. The image that's above that image is probably just loaded. So now when I scroll up, I could probably scroll up, and then it's going to probably jump back down because it's going to try to load the one above this. And there we go. And now we're able to scroll back up. So what I would assume is going on here is that we probably need to have some type of, let's think. Well, let's go ahead and let's jump a little bit further back, because I think that this might actually be in the feed view. For sure, maybe someday a Tesla OS phone is near future. Yeah, probably. I definitely wouldn't doubt that, you know. Elon be like that sometimes. And it will be like even a Tesla language too. What's your keyboard model, bro? So I have, this is the keyboard. Let's see. So y'all can see. This is the keyboard. Look at hold on. Which one are you looking at? This one. These ones are green, so that's why you can't really see them. but they're two different color. They're two different greens. And then this is called an Pro keyboard, and Pro 2. I think that's what it is. And Pro 2. Let me see. I think I might have got it on Amazon or Newegg. I think it was probably Newegg, but I think it's this one. And Pro 2. Yeah. My extremely chopped up keyboard. Oh yeah, y'all couldn't even see it because my big old head was in the way. Yeah, that's the one right there. So pretty reasonably priced keyboard for a mechanical keyboard, because they can get quite expensive. It's my first mechanical keyboard, so I wanted to go with something a little bit cheaper. What's going on, Mata Mata? I think that's Jetta somewhere in the Discord. Is that right? Yeah, developers on Mars. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, you know. Well, actually, the developers are never going to go to Mars, because they know, like, hey, if somebody decided to leave a bug in there, you know, because they were going to go back and refactor something, then, you know, the whole mission just goes down the drain. So I'm not sure how many developers would feel comfortable going to Mars. But hey, if you have confidence. Yeah, no problem. No problem. No problem at all. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look at the actual feed, because the problem might be in the feed. And it might be... Let's see. Post feed. Where are we using our amplify image? Okay, yes. All right, our amplify image is like that. All right, so then maybe we wouldn't have such a problem, because what's happening is, like, when the image goes away, when it scrolls up to the top, then it just like collapses and it's no longer there. So then it creates this weird jittering effect, because what happens is, like, it needs to fill the size, so it's jumping from nothing to some type of width and height. And what we can do is probably put, let's see if this will give us the ability to put a width and height on it. Of course it's not going to. That would make life too easy. Right? So let's go ahead and wrap this in a sized box refactor, shall we? And we'll put it in a sized box. We'll throw a height on there of 300. And we don't need this. We don't really need this. We weren't even seeing a shimmer. So let's just do the circular. We'll just do a container, actually. With 300. Or no, we'll just do height. Height is going to be equal to 300. This way we have consistency. And now, if I were to run this again, I'm thinking that might actually fix the problem, because we won't have it go from nothing to something. It should always be 300 no matter what, I think. I believe that should be true. Okay. So we'll see what happens. This is not the app. We have to wait for it to relaunch. The first blue screen on Mars. Oh gosh. 2035. Could you imagine, like, you're in a spaceship, just like, and then like blue screen? Oh no. Your mission has failed successfully. Oh boy. Yeah. So, let's see. Let's see what's going to happen. I think that this should solve the problem, that jittery. And so this is another thing, right? So you saw how it had that jitter animation, right? Like when it was scrolling. I actually think that's what is happening to a lot of people, and they consider that to be the iOS jank issue that people are very like loud about in the iOS community or in the Flutter community, especially the people that hate Flutter. They like to bring the iOS jank issue up, and a lot of the times it's not even that, right? Like that's not even the problem. The problem is like the developer messed up. See, look, that's way smoother. Problem is that we are not doing that. The fit, right? We want to do the fit. We want to do box fit cover, like so. And kabam, I like it. It's a little bit. Oh no, never mind. That's just okay. So the lag is happening on. So if you're seeing lag when I scroll, it's happening kind of right here on the visor. Like it's not like, whatever silky smooth frame rate it is on the actual device, and then the stream probably isn't going to help that. But it is really smooth on the it's smooth on the device actually. So let's go ahead and up that a little bit to maybe like, I don't know, like 400 maybe. And then that should give us a much better look. Yeah. The only thing that I don't like is, look at watch. So I leave it like this, right? And then when I scroll back up, it fades back in. Oh no, well, I don't know. It looked like it was, but yeah. It's taking the shape now, the whole app. It really is. Like everything is starting to work as expect. Yep, Mata is Jetta 1. And for all of y'all that want to come and hang out with your boy, and you have questions, plugging my Discord. Oh yes I did. Come hang out, let's have fun. I'll let you know when I'm playing games and stuff. But okay, so now we're looking pretty snazzy. I'm liking it. Things are looking good. Now what we want to do is we want to maybe like how do we want this to look? Because we have the image, right? But we also need to have like the avatar, and we need to have the user's name, and we also want to have the caption looking a little bit better than whatever this is right here, right? Like just a little tag. Like what is that tag though? All right, so first let's go ahead and pretend like we actually commit our code, right? Let's pretend this is all for show, by the way. I don't actually commit code. I do sometimes, but I go pretty far in between my commits. Not when I'm working on a team, though. I do tend to like be a little bit better about it when I'm on a team. But git commit m fix cache image functionality. Oh, and also the other cool thing, we're no longer having to deal with having those files stored locally. So that's like really awesome. Whoopsies. There we go. I'm doing really good, Mata. Yep, just like chilling, doing the live stream. Woke up a little bit late. Got meetings all day, so I'm not really excited about that part, the whole meetings all day type situation. But this is what happens when you work at a company, especially larger ones. Everybody's in a meeting. You're in meetings all day. That's why I like to do the live streams in the morning, because like during days like today where I'm going to be in meetings all day and I don't have any time for my creativity, my creative juices to be flowing, right? That's when this like really comes in handy, because if I don't get anything else accomplished by the end of today, at least I got to hang out with y'all on live stream. So at least there is that. So after this, I'll be like in meetings for the next 5 hours. Yikes. All right, so let's go ahead and we did that. So now let's go ahead and go back over to our list, right? Our feed view, like so. And we have our list tile, and I'm not even sure if we're going to be using this list tile, to be quite honest. The way that we want to structure this is just going to be a little bit different. So what I'm thinking is, let's go ahead and delete all of this and let's just start from scratch real quick. Yeah? I say yeah. Let's do it. Let's be dangerous. Dangerous. I don't even know what song that is. All right, so we're going to start with a column. And the first thing that we want in there is going to be a row. Got children in there, and then the thing that we're going to have in there is going to be the avatar image. So let's just go ahead and do an icon for right now. Icon, icons, person. Let's see, I think is there one with the circle? Nah, that's okay. Wait, did I see one? No, okay. All right, so let's just do a little baby circle, right? Where are you? Come on. Right here, person. All right, so then we have the person, and then next to the person, oh, and also we need like a width, right? Do you give me width and height? Not in here, maybe. Oh, I thought icon had a width and height. Did it not? Oh, size, that's right. Okay. Size is, let's just give it like, I think 50 is usually like a pretty good size for icons, or like for the avatars. Yada da mean. Know what I mean? Yada da mean. All right, so there we go. So we got the icon. This could probably be on the same line, to be honest. Next, what we want to do is we want to have the user's name to the right of that, right? So then we will have text, right? And this text is going to contain the post, the author, and that author's username. Like, bam. No, not like that. Not like that. Like that. Cool. Okay. Cool. Assuming that it does have an author. It should have an author, right? Because I'm getting the screen of death. Huh. What we'll do is let's go ahead and print out the post dot author. Output, and let's do that restart. Let's see, debug console probably. All right, let's see. Username, email, avatar key are all null, so that's not good. I wonder if I made this with like a weird user. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so let's just put something in here, and then we're gonna go back and fix it. So Kilo Loco, like that. Bam. All right, looking pretty snazzy. Now we need to up the ante, make it a little bit bigger. Let's see, that's gonna be under what? Not alignment, direction, no. Isn't there a decoration? I guess it's style, huh? Okay. Style, text style, size, font size is going to be, let's say 30. See that? A little bit too big. 25. Looking better. That's still pretty big. 24. Let's just pretend like that's perfect. Let's do also font weight. Font weight, and that's going to be font weight dot bold. Now it's definitely too big. So now we can do something like 20. Is there a medium? Medium, yes. Medium, no. No? Okay, that's fine. All right. What are your favorite books on software development? I thought you asked this last time, Thought Palace, but I actually don't have any favorite books because I just don't generally read books for development. I have really poor reading comprehension and I'm extremely slow at it. So that's kind of the reason behind it. But what are you trying to learn? Maybe I can point you in the right direction. I've heard a lot of good things about a lot of different books. So like, what are you trying to learn? And maybe I can point you to a good resource. Let's see. So we have the row and let's think. Now that we have the row, we could do our amplify image. I think I'm going to rename that because it's no longer amplify image or amplify related. And we need the image key, and that should probably be a required property, right? But we can change that right now, and this will be the post dot image key, like so. And boom. There's motion at my front door. All right, so this is looking. I think the thing that's throwing me off is the fact that I don't do. Is there a circle? Circle. What is this? Not that. Let's see. How do you make a circle in Flutter? It's been a minute. Let's see. Flutter circle container. Not really what I want. I just want to have a damn circle, not circles and circles. Rounded border, container. Okay, there we go. Box decoration. There it is. Okay, so let's throw a container. Container. Not what I wanted. Box decoration. Come on. Decoration. Box decoration. Shape. Circle. What is it? Box shape. Box shape. Circle. Alrighty. Right. There we go. This one doesn't need it. That should be good. The child will be everything. This. Grab this. Say, give me it. Bam. All right. So now let's take a look at it. That is not working. Let's see. let's double check where this is actually at. You can do color, colors.red. Of course. Is it red? How do you want to do this? That's cool. All right, well, you just want to blow up on me. Let's see how it goes. All right, so box decoration, the color goes in here. Of course it does. Colors.red. Okay, now we can see it. Cool. All right, let's see. Right now I'm trying to get better at structuring my code and thinking about how I want to build the app. Right now it's just stream of consciousness. Got it. Makes sense. So, honestly, you can read structuring code. I don't really know a good book for that, honestly. But what I would say is like the best thing to probably do is to just start building something out, and like, especially if it's for a personal app, don't be too caught up in like having best practices and trying to learn it through a book, because even if you read the book, you'll probably be exposed and learn a lot, but at the same time, you're going to like, you're not going to be able to like really internalize those concepts until you actually put into practice. So what I would recommend what I think would be like a better solution would be if you were to like just start coding something and then kind of understand what you think are best practices and what works well for you. And I think that's really going to take you a lot further than reading any book. So that's what I would recommend. But that's going to be it for today, y'all. I really appreciate everybody that's in here, and everybody that participated and all the viewers. So I'm going to plug the Discord once again right there. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out on the Discord. Come hang out, say hi, whatever. And we will probably pick up where we left off today, tomorrow, around the same time, about 2 hours before this. So yeah, thank you for your time. Go out there and keep coding passionately.